The month of September 15th to October 15th is a time for music, dancing, and discussion. Western Center for Multicultural Education hosted several events this year in honor of the Hispanic Heritage Month. These events include a Zumba night, special lunch days, a movie night, and the Hispanic Heritage Banquet. The banquet is usually the most attended event on campus during Hispanic Heritage Month, and this was no exception according to Diana Hidzier.
And we had attendees, I think there were almost 80 people registered RSVP'd, and the turnout was very well.
Those who attended the event were treated to music by Aslan, food provided by Aramark, and poetry by both a student and guest poet. At the banquet, Dier Dominguez was able to perform some poetry he had written.
It had something to do with the connection of what Hispanic feel at this moment, especially like with everything like the politics going on, the new presidency. So I feel it was in a way appropriate to do it at the Hispanic Heritage Banquet.
Dominguez's poetry touched on the subject of hate speech and racism that he faces in his personal life.
At the time I lived in the United States, lived in a predominantly white neighborhood. So that happened to me about almost every day. Racism happened when I was a kid, at least.
Dominguez opened for Denice Frohman, an award-winning poet who was invited by the CMA to educate and encourage students.
She's a person with a Hispanic background. She's also from the LGBT community. So at the same time, we want people to realize that it doesn't matter what majority you are from, what minority you are from, you are still able to become someone, and people are able to know you still.
Frohman performed poetry about a variety of topics, including borders, her first kiss, mass shootings, and dancing with her grandmother.
Aside from being a poet, a lyricist, she's also known to be an educator. So she didn't just step on stage and perform 5 poems and got back to her seats. She didn't do that. She actually, before every poem that she originally wrote herself, she explained what actually triggered her to write that poem.
Both Hidzier and Dominguez believe that discussing and celebrating culture is an important part of the college experience.
I think it's important to have these events to spread out diversity on campus and to make people appreciate who they really are. Sometimes the students that I come across, they tend to be someone they're not. So basically bringing these cultures and performances, events, they are able to feel like home. They are able to feel welcomed on campus, not just in the school, but in the country as well.
People have to be willing to get to know other people from different races or different culture, different skin colors, right?
For Griffon Update, this is Jessica Edson.